Hi, and welcome to video 2 in the Claim Your Divine Authority 3-part video series. So in part 1, we talked about that you can command consciousness with your words, that you are one with consciousness, that consciousness lives through you, and the difference between consciousness alignment and things like the law of attraction, where you can't attract something that you already are, which is why the law of attraction doesn't work. In this video, we are going to talk about, I'm going to just share with you a bunch of stories of people who have experienced consciousness alignments and the results that they have gotten. I'm also going to do a consciousness alignment for you. And since a lot of people deal with feelings of inadequacy in some way or another, that's what I'm going to do, because most people have some part of that somewhere, whether they want to admit it or not. And then at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you what's down there as far as the gift which is associated with this. And actually, I'll tell you right now, it is 5 parts, 5 different consciousness alignments, one on health, one on wealth, one on relationships, one on spiritual connection, and one on joyful fulfillment. So it will be what I'm going to be doing in this, but it'll be like 6 different aspects so that you can listen to that again and again if you would like to. So when I first discovered this, that I could do it, and I could do it consistently after that experience with the healing of the hand at Unity Village, I asked for guinea pigs, and I asked for them all over the place. And so I did group calls. I was just sending it out there saying, hey, would you like to receive a blessing, which is what I was calling it at the time. And, people were like, oh, pick me. And I discovered that as I would speak for somebody, as I would, do my thing for somebody, then things would start happening in their lives. And there's nothing supernatural about this. It all just kind of happened just naturally. So a lot of times in your life, there'll be the path that you normally go down. And you'll have sort of similar experiences all the time. And what I found happens with this work is that there's the path that you normally go down, and then there are all these other things that could be a potentiality in your life. However, because of your energy, because of however you're aligned, the doors on those things are normally closed and the path normally leads in one direction. So what I found is that as I sort of invoke on behalf of someone else, then those doors, so that door will close and these other doors will start opening, and people's life experience starts to shift. So it's not like you're hit on the head with a cosmic 2x4 and all of a sudden the man of your dreams lands in your bed. That is not going to happen. However, you might go out and you might meet the man of your dreams after listening to one of these, because you are now where you might have seen the man of your dreams, who knows, 50 times in the last year. Now all of a sudden that person will be attracted to you, and it won't seem like it's different, but it will be different. You'll feel it in your body that it's different. So a couple of stories that I love to share is one, I was doing a group call, and from that call I got a lot of really great feedback. So I had one person telling me that she experienced like these golden rings going around her, and she felt that was like Jesus energy, and that he was clearing up everything for her, and that and then her business started to take off in different ways. When I did I also, part of that consciousness alignment group call that I did, there was one person who couldn't show up on the call because he had something to do, and he came back home and he listened to the recording, which is the first time that I ever realized that I could do this and a recording could be effective. So he came home, he listened to the recording, and then he went out that night. And the thing that he had wanted in his life was to meet a romantic partner. He wanted somebody to enjoy life with, and he had certain criteria that he wanted this person to be. And he said he came home, he listened to the consciousness alignment, and then he went out. And then when he was out, he was like, he went to go watch a live band, and then the exact person who he had wanted to become be made manifest in his life, showed up. And they developed this beautiful partnership. And then later he told me that he didn't even listen to the call. He was listening to the recording, and that this thing happened. So, and there's another woman who was not on that call, who she was in really financial dire straits. And so I did a consciousness alignment for her. And she told me about 2 or 3 weeks later, she's like, Carrie, I can't believe this. She said, I was sitting at home, and I was in that piece of tranquility that you had talked about and you had experienced. And she said, I checked the mail one day, and lo and behold, I had a check from a family member, a huge check from a family member that I wasn't even expecting. I didn't ask for, I wasn't expecting it, and it just arrived in the mail. And my favorite story is I did a collaborative book with 15 or 16 other women, and while I was experimenting with all of this, our book was in process, and I actually talked about the 5 keys to conscious creation, which I'm going to talk about in the next video, in that book. And but what she was wanting was, she said that her relationship with her daughter had been strained because her daughter had just turned 18 and she's a single mom. So she told her daughter, listen, I can't support your shopping lifestyle, so you need to either go on welfare or get a job. And being an 18-year-old, she decided to go on welfare. So here she was sitting around the house, not contributing really in any way, and she was able to afford clothes, but she was driving her mother nuts. So what happened was, I said, okay, it sounds to me like you actually have a good relationship with your daughter, but the kid needs to get a job. She needs to find something to occupy her time where it brings some sort of meaning to her life. So what we're going to do is we are going to do a consciousness alignment for her, that she lands her dream job as an 18-year-old, and it's not going to take any particular effort on her part, and it's just going to land in her lap, and she's going to be so happy and feel so grateful and satisfied with herself and her life that it's going to spill over into her relationship with you, and then that will be healed. How does that sound? And she said, that sounds great to me. So that's what we did. And then the other one was, she wanted for our book to be she wanted for our book to be a bestseller. And I was like, well, that's nice, but why don't we ask for a #1 international bestseller? And she was like, can we do that? I said, we can ask. So what we did was, we did a consciousness alignment that book become a #1 international bestseller. Now, about 2 or 3 weeks later, I was on the phone with her. We were talking about the book, and she's like, oh, I need to tell you what happened with my daughter. So she was in her favorite boutique, spending her check, and the shop owner approached her and asked her if she would be interested in modeling for their internet and print presence. She would make money. She wouldn't have to, she would get a discount on clothes, and if she wanted to start a modeling portfolio, she would be able to do that. So check, dream job, 18-year-old, there we go. So the next one took a little longer because the incubation period took longer, and that's something with this work. Everything has its own incubation period. So anyway, I'll get into the details of that later. So the next one was that, it took a little longer, but on American Thanksgiving 2015, our book went to #1 in the United States, Canada, the UK, Australia, and the Netherlands. So we were a #1 international bestseller. So this stuff works. So what I would like to do now is to do a consciousness alignment for you. However, before I do that, if you're driving or if you're operating machinery or really doing anything other than sitting down and doing nothing, please stop this now and listen to the recording later, because this stuff, it actually moves energy and it clears you out. And a lot of times people feel woozy and sort of disoriented after experiencing one of these, and I want you to be safe. So if you need to do that, please do stop the video. And before I go into this consciousness alignment for you, I would like you to do 2 things. The first is pay attention to my words. Do not fold laundry, do dishes, take care of toddlers. If you have to do that, please wait until later. Listen to this later and sit down and do this, because this is very powerful stuff, again. But if you're not listening to it and you're not listening to the words and you're not saying yes to yourself, which is the second thing, then the results could be, marginal, and we don't want marginal results. So the two things you want to do is you want to be listening to me, and you want to say yes to yourself as I'm speaking. So, and because you just want to be open. So you just kind of want to, in knowing that you're open, you want to just say yes. So here we go. And we're going to do it for feelings of inadequacy. And was there something else that I had on there? Nope. Feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt and things like that. So here we go. Oh, and pardon my weirdness. I get loud and whatever, but it is the way it is. So. Thank you, divine consciousness that lives in, through, and as me, and is both the speaker and the one that is hearing my voice now. Thank you for aligning in this present moment now to be here and to acquiesce to the requests that I am asking on behalf of everyone who's listening to this video now, across all time, space, dimension, and reality now. Thank you for releasing this person from any imprints, any thoughts, any stories, any beliefs, any karmic storylines, any family lineage that tells them that they are inadequate, or that they are unworthy, or that diminishes their self-confidence or diminishes their self-worth in any way now, across all time, space, dimension, and reality. And thank you for replacing that consciousness with a new consciousness that allows this person to be at ease with themselves and to be relaxed and to be gentle with themselves across all time, space, dimension, and reality. And thank you for healing this person's entire family lineage, going down the mother's side of the family and the father's side of the family, going back 10,000 generations, so that this person has inherited a new consciousness now that allows them to be at ease and relaxed in their body, and to feel great about themselves, and that bolsters their self-confidence and their abilities in all of life. Because when you have self-confidence, it spills over into every aspect of life. So thank you now for realigning this person across all time, space, dimension, and reality to have this new sense of confidence, and aligning them now across all time, space, dimension, and reality, in every vibrating molecule, every spinning atom, every strand of DNA in their physical body, in their etheric body now. Thank you, it is already done. Thank you, it is already done now, across all time, space, dimension, and reality. And thank you for imprinting them to have this new consciousness that they've inherited from 10,000 generations, and allowing this consciousness to move forward more than 10,000 generations, now and forevermore, through their entire family lineage, so that their children and their children's children and their children's children's children all have this self-confidence in themselves, and a feeling of being worthy and valued across all time, space, dimension, and reality now. Thank you, it is already done. Thank you, it is already done now. Thank you for this moment and this time, healing this from this person's entire family lineage. And thank you for rewiring their neural pathways and neuroreceptors now, so that they no longer have anything that's in the way of that. Delete, uncreate, and transmute across all time, space, dimension, and reality. And thank you for hardwiring this person to have this new level of consciousness, this new level of ease, this new relaxation around who they are, regardless of what that is. Thank you for imprinting this person with a sense of self-love and self-acceptance across all time, space, dimension, and reality, and whatever aspect of their lives that touches, whether it's their physical being, in the work that they do, in their relationships, or in their financials, or whatever that is, anywhere in their family lineage, anywhere in their thoughts now. Thank you for creating a new ease and peace and relaxation within this person now. Anything in the way that delete, uncreate, and transmute across all time, space, dimension, and reality. Thank you, it's already done. Thank you, it's already done now. Thank you, it's already done now. And so it is. Okay, take a deep breath. And let it all out. And take another deep breath. And push it all out. What I would like for you to do is click on below so you can download those consciousness alignments. And before we go, I want to do one more consciousness alignment for you to ground you, because a lot of people may be feeling kind of woozy. So let's do that. And then we'll go, and I'll let you go. Thank you, divine consciousness that lives in, through, and as me, for gathering this person's energy and gathering all of their thoughts and gathering them back into their body and grounding them to the ground so that they can go forth with the rest of their day. Thank you, it is already done. Thank you, it is already done now across all time, space, dimension, and reality. Thank you, it is already done. Okay. Take a deep breath and let it all out. And take another deep breath and push it out. All right. Thank you so very much. And in the next video, I'm going to teach you, I'm going to show you the 5 keys to conscious creation, which are the key elements in putting this together. And I'm going to tell you a story that led me to do that. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in video 3.